Hello, everybody. I am a Hoarder gamer, and it has been a little bit. Hoarder's Comic Flex is back. This is the soft launch. You'll see some cool new visuals and things as part of the show very soon, probably rolling out through April and May. I'm very happy to be back. I wanted to kind of look at the show and I wanted to kind of analyze and see, you know, what I thought of it. And after doing that, I came to the consensus that basically it just got to be a little bit too much. It felt bloated at times to me. It felt very samey, and this new version is going to be a lot more streamlined, I guess you could say. And interestingly enough, we used to do a whole thing where we started with like video game news and information and everything. That is actually going to be not part of this show. Unless it's, specifically comic book related video games, because I feel I would be doing a disservice to anyone watching this show and, being a game lover as I am. But you're not going to have long diatribes about Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2 and things like that. That will not be part of this show anymore. So, like I said, you're going to see a lot more streamlined. Some of the features aren't going to be here that were here. I think the most popular ones will be. What I can say is, too, like toying around, that's going to happen when there's something I think is really awesome and I really want to show it to everybody. I don't feel the pressure on myself to have 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 different figures or toys to show people every week. Sometimes it was kind of like, oh, I guess I'll get these together. And like this week, you know, some things went live, like an Adam Strange figure. That was kind of cool, but they sold out right away. So in that case, for that specific figure, I've been like, hey, you should get this if you can. So yeah, that wasn't a great thing. So I decided not to go that route. So um, honestly, we have something kind of bizarre to start this episode with. Right here, a press release. We're not going to have too many press releases opening up episodes because I don't find it would be all too exciting. But this one is very interesting as a fan of comic books, a reader of comic books, and a purchaser of comic books. And part of that has to do with ordering comic books through a local comic book shop. Diamond was the company right before COVID. Okay, so I want to say it was, God, 15, 20 years before COVID, they were like the distributor for toys, manga, comic books, anything like that was Diamond. Shortly during COVID, a little bit after, something happened. DC Comic Books decided they wanted to do their own thing. So Lunar Distribution kind of stepped into the ring. So now you had Diamond and Lunar Distribution. Another way you might know Diamond is Previews, a very popular catalog, a huge catalog. Like every month it's like 250, 300 pages. Just craziness. Hello, Hero Mentor. Good to see you. And yeah, so you had these two catalogs. You had like the big, Goliath of Diamond, and then you had Lunar Distribution. Well, over the next few years, Lunar got all these other companies, such as Image Comics, Mad Cave, and I think recently they got someone really big. I forget who it was. I know the Image situation, when that was pretty big, actually. But now there's 2 distributors, Diamond and Lunar. Those are the 2 main ones. There's other smaller ones, but those are the 2 main ones. And now Alliance Entertainment has purchased Diamond. So they own the largest distributor of toys, comic books, uh, paraphernalia that you can get. So we don't know exactly what that means at this point. We honestly just don't know. So yeah, I just wanted to show the press release and be like, yeah, things are probably going to change somewhat. If I were to wager a bet, this won't be popular. I think they're going to save themselves hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and stop with the giant 300-page catalog and just have that completely on a website. So you would still get your order form, like when you buy a copy of previews, because it's huge. It's like this big. When you buy a copy, it's like I think $3.95. Anyway, you get a little paper catalog, and in there is all the comic books you can order and everything. So you basically fill out that catalog. You have about roughly 3 weeks, if things pan out correctly, to fill that out, bring it back to your local comic shop, and then 2 months later, because it's always set 2 months ahead, your comic books will start to show up. Okay? I honestly think it's just going to be that little paper order form, that ordering book, and they will not do a physical book anymore. That's just my speculation. Because I don't see how Alliance is like, we're going to make this purchase. Whoa, how expensive is that? Well, we could just put that on a website. You know? I know people wouldn't like that, and I do like the physical book, but I could understand the cost, especially with tariffs and everything. Previews, for all I know, could be printed in Canada, which would be a little bit of a problem. A little bit of a problem. Because we don't know what's going on with tariffs due to the people in charge here in the U.S. Oh, man. Let's see. Lots of talking for a Hush-themed return. Well, there's a lot of talking in the issue, too. So... But yeah, that's the press release right there. Not too much information to go by. I'm certain quite a few changes, but we just don't know what those are yet. So, next up, everybody, we are, and anyone that watches this show is going to be surprised by where we go next, especially this soon in the episode. We are going to look into the future of comic books, all the way to 1 week from today. It's my new mixer. My new mixer has an effects processor, so I like that. Okay, now we're going to take a look at those books. First up, we have Absolute Green Lantern #1, written by one of my favorite writers, L. Ewing. Imagine Green Lantern, but no ring, no willpower, and no guardians. Crazy. 3 things that you're used to in Green Lantern, and they're gone. And now it's a brand new take on Green Lantern. I'm sure L. Ewing will knock it out of the ballpark. Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern, #1. I wouldn't say it's you. Are you saying you have no willpower, hero? When it comes to purchases at Marvel Rivals, that might be correct. Zing! You walked into that one. Okay, but yeah, Green Lantern Absolute. So this joins Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, and a book I'm going to do something, I don't know if it'll be here on YouTube or what, but I definitely want to cover it. Absolute Martian Manhunter. Wow. This is going to be a very small tangent. It's incredible. That book is art. That book is a perfect marriage of an artist and a writer, and it is such a unique take on Martian Manhunter. It will blow your mind. Like, I don't want to spoil it by saying what happens in the issue, but at one point, the reader becomes part of the experience. And even outside of that happening, it's great. It went so well. This first issue just came out Wednesday. A 6-issue series became a 12-issue series. It was announced, I believe, Thursday or Friday that Absolute Martian Manhunter is now 12 issues. So, yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome. Does he have anything externally to get his power? Do you mean the Martian Manhunter? Because the new Green Lantern is a lady. If you notice the cover, that's a lady right there. A new Green Lantern. Absolutely out of this world. Yeah, there's a good chance I'll review the new Green Lantern. Like I said, L. Ewing, one of my favorite writers. Green Lantern, one of my favorite characters. But now, we're going to look at another comic book. We're going to continue on. Hyde Street! But you don't want to hide from this street of great ideas in this comic book. Hyde Street is one of my favorite new horror comics. It's horror, possibly sci-fi anthology. We don't know all the details yet. Character by the name of Mr. X-Ray, a really screwed up and sometimes monstrous Boy Scout, a fitness guru, self-help type person, and that's Glee Goodbody, who you see on the cover of this issue of Hyde Street. And we get to learn about this character in the next issue. I really like this book. The idea is, similar to the Twilight Zone, that if you wrong somebody, if you do something truly terrible, your penance is going to be that you end up on Hyde Street, and you will be tormented by one of the denizens that live there. And like I said, we don't have all the details. This is only the 5th issue, but it is a great horror, possibly sci-fi anthology with recurring characters. So what you'd have to look at is Twilight Zone, but not just Rod Serling, like, narrating like the episode and, introing and out, doing an outro for each episode. A cast of characters recurring while all those kind of events are happening. And there's a very interesting and sometimes creepy cast of characters. Do they play hide and seek on Hyde Street? If they did, you wouldn't want to be part of it, because it would be terrifying. It'd be terrifying. Like, to a lot of the people on Hyde Street, it would be the equivalent of being in hell. So we don't know exactly what's going on Hyde Street yet. We're getting hints and everything. We know there's someone in charge. We know that they have a quota. Each of the people on Hyde Street have a quota of people that they are supposed to basically either terrorize or judge. It's very interesting. Is it true that they can run but they can't hide? It is true. Because if you're on Hyde Street, surely you can run, but you may not be able to hide from consequences. Okay, everybody. Next up, we have a really cool comic book coming out. Also, excellent timing for this comic book. Mad Cave Comics is releasing Past Time. Now, this is a really neat idea. A vampire from the 1920s who has always loved baseball and had the dream of playing pro baseball finally gets their chance when a baseball outfit locally decides to have night games, as in very late at night, like 10 o'clock, start midnight, starting late at night. So it's an interesting concept, and it's great timing with the baseball season about to start. Pastime, number one. Also, Mad Cave has a lot of really cool books, and I like supporting companies that are, they're definitely growing, but it's not like supporting DC and Marvel. They're not at that level. But yeah, they're very good. I very much enjoy their Dick Tracy comic book. It's a fantastic and incredibly dark take on the characters and the Rogues Gallery in Dick Tracy. So, Pastime, number one. He'd throw a great sucker. Yes, he would throw an excellent sucker ball. And finally, this week, all new Venom. All new. Okay, who knew? I did, because this is like the fifth issue. So I think a lot of readers did, because again, it's the fifth issue. Anyway, all new Venom number 5, Venom revealed. We find out who he is. I still think it's going to be Robbie Robertson from the Daily Bugle. I really think it's going to be him. I'd like it to be him. It could be a female mob boss, although I think recently she just got killed. So I don't think it's probably her anymore. Yep, could be Luke Cage. Possibly. But I think Robbie would be a cooler choice. I think the idea of having him, have the responsibility of that, the Venom abilities and everything, I think that'd be really cool. Also, a couple of the hints, because each issue has had little hints as to who it is, have led me to believe it's him. So, we'll see. We will see this Wednesday when all new Venom number 5 is released. And everybody watching your clock, your watch, or any device that is able to tell the time for you, we are already at the point where we have a comic book review. And here it is, everybody. This is kind of hard to see, right? It's shiny. I love this cover, by the way. Jim Lee. Right here. Batman 158, also known as Hush 2, number 1. So Hush is one of the most popular comic books of all time, really. And it's a great Batman story arc featuring most of his best villains. So, and not only the Rogues Gallery of Batman's villains, but a lot of the best. And it's just like really almost seamlessly puts them in. Like they all kind of show up here and there in different issues and stuff, and it's done really well. There's a cool mystery as to who Hush is and what is going on exactly, and it's not completely straightforward. So, yeah. So Hush 2 basically starts with Batman facing off against the Joker, and the Joker basically gets the drop on Bats. And he knocks him into a giant aquarium filled with piranhas. And they go to work. Like, they start, like, biting and everything and attacking. And it's a bad situation. But Batman's thinking. He's like, you know what? In my cowl, I have this device that will electrocute anyone that tries to remove the cowl from me without my permission. He activates that, which he activates in the first Hush. But here's where things get interesting. It backfires, and it electrocutes Batman and the piranha. Batman is near damn death. He's nearly dead. And mysteriously, someone comes and finds him and is able to rescue him, and that is Talia al Ghul, warning him that something really bad is happening, that he needs to be very careful, and that kind of thing, like that she can't always be there, but she ends up saving his life. So Batman is a bit worse for wear right now, and he ends up following these clues that lead him to an abandoned amusement park. And in the abandoned amusement park, he finds the Joker. And he also finds this like set of like monitors and speakers, and a message starts playing. And the Joker has mostly bled out. He has scalpels, basically like the equivalent of throwing darts. Scalpels were thrown into his body at very specific points. And as this information's going, and these speakers, all this sound is happening, I believe there's some video as well, Batman starts realizing this person knows who I am. This person knows everything about me. He knows about my Bat family and everything, and he's able to put two and two together. Again, he's worse for wear, and realizes that this is the work of Hush. And in case you don't know who Hush is, it was a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne named Tommy Elliott. And Tommy Elliott is a renowned surgeon who ends up helping Bruce in the first Hush after an insane fall that he takes, where he is also nearly killed. So there's a lot more to Tommy, and he holds a grudge against Bruce for something that happened, and you find that out as you go on and you read the original Hush. So the exciting thing here is getting Jeff Loeb back with Jim Lee to do a sequel to Hush. Now, the original Hush is like 12 issues. It's a large book. This one's only 6. I don't know if any of those are going to be larger than normal. They might be. They might decide to do a finale that's double-sized or something, so it'd be like 7 issues at that point. Yeah, it's a 6-issue series. This is the first issue. And the whole thing about the bleeding out Joker, Hush might have killed him? We don't know. We don't know. So what's very interesting about this is there's a new team taking over the Batman book, the flagship Batman book, after Hush is over. So after these 6 issues. So we don't know exactly how much they're changing. We don't know exactly if it's going to be almost a new start, or like, we're not sure yet. With comic books, things constantly change. Maybe for this short period of time, Joker is actually going to be dead. I don't know. But Hush 2 is very good. I will say it wasn't like amazing or astounding. I did, however, think that Absolute Martian Manhunter was. That was actually my favorite book this week. But Hush 2 is very good. As a Batman fan, I like it a lot. It doesn't, denigrate or, upset anyone that would, love the original Hush. You aren't going to be, like, angry or be like, oh, this is terrible or something, You might think it's just sort of okay so far, but it's still pretty twisted and crazy. And I do like the first issue. Let's see. Hero Mentor had a question. Is HCF on Saturdays now? I don't have an exact day planned yet. I don't want to say anything yet on an exact day, but yes, weekly. So I am back. This isn't a one-off. So, okay, everybody. Now, it might take a while to get used to this because, this is a rather short episode. But yeah, it's going to be closer to, I'd say, about 15, 20 minutes, a half hour at the longest. You're not really going to get 45-minute, hour-long episodes anymore. I thought it was just too much. So, and yeah, I won't always have press releases to go through. So that took up a little bit of time today. So, later tonight, twitch.tv/Hoarder Gamer, I will be doing some Marvel Rivals. Probably be taking a look at an Orange Venom. Caked up orange venom, possibly, because there's a new emote. Although I don't know exactly how you get the emote. I don't know. It might be something where maybe it's something I had to do like 2 months ago or something. I don't know. So I'll be doing about 2 hours of that, and then 2 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I've been liking a lot. Also, I will have some really cool Marvel and DC stuff coming soon with Hero, and we'll have more information on that as it becomes available. So please look forward to that. Also, of course, Xbox Live Mike and I on Thursdays do games on a plane. He will actually do streams more often than that. And when I'm not streaming, I will pop in and stuff in chat. Maybe I'll be, via a mic or something there or something. We'll see. We'll see. But rivals in the shadows. Everybody, thank you very much. I hope you like this episode. I hope you're not disappointed that I'm back. Hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you all later. Thank you.